Hi, Joanna. There are so many R packages coming out every day. How do you find new R packages?
Cranberry and Crantastic are two cool places. I also check out R Weekly, Live, when I want to find fun new packages.
Oh, R Weekly, Live. The real-time update version of R Weekly. So cool. Julia Silge is running a survey about how do users currently discover and learn about R packages.
Interesting. I used to use email lists such as R Help List and R Packages List. Search R Packages with Google. Follow social media such as Twitter.
I use Crantask Views and Awesome R List on GitHub. I also love to share R packages with colleagues and professors. Watch conferences video, go to meetups and seminars. And books.
There are so many packages, and so many ways to find them. Just use any one of them that you like.
Derek wrote a blog post about package dependencies on CRAN. Suggests not equal depends.
A number of packages on CRAN use suggests, casually. They list other packages as not required and suggests option, as opposed to absolutely required via imports option, or the older depends option. This has been accommodated for many years by all parties involved by treating suggests as a depends and installing unconditionally.
CRAN appears to automatically install all suggests from major repositories. And it may glossing over what may consider to be a packaging shortcoming. Citing from writing R extensions, packages used to run examples or tests conditionally should be listed in Suggests section or Enhances section.
Note that someone wanting to run the examples and tests may not have a suggested package available. And it may not even be possible to install it for that platform. The recommendation used to be to make the usage of Suggest section packages conditional. A new post from R Open Science, use of an R package to facilitate reproducible research. The goal of a research compendium is to provide a standard and easily recognizable way for organizing a reproducible research project with R.
A research compendium is ideal for projects that result in the publication of a paper because then readers of the paper can access the code and data that generated the results in the paper.
James uses 10 million dots to map European population.
The plot is very beautiful. Dot density maps are an increasingly popular way of showing population datasets. The technique has its limitations, but it can create some really nice visual outputs, particularly when trying to show density. Oliver Keyes wrote a tutorial about registering routines with RCPP.
With the next major version of R, 3.4.0, registering compiled functions and packages will become mandatory. The problem is that the registration is expected for externally exposed C functions, which in RCPP packages are automatically generated and slightly alien, and the R extensions manual makes registration sound incredibly intimidating.
When R 3.4.0 comes out and package native routine registration skeleton becomes more easily accessible, this'll get a lot less finicky, and hopefully a lot of RCPP packages should be registered by the time that happens and developers won't have to worry about it.
Giphy R is new package for the R interface to the Giphy API.
You can use it to add GIFs to your awesome R Markdown presentation.
R package TensorFlow is on CRAN.
Cool. I cannot wait to try it out. In this week's R project updates,
packages which register native routines need to be reinstalled for unless revision R 72375 or later.
An alternative compiler for C++11 is now specified with CXX11, not CXX1X. The variables with prefix CXX1X are defunct.
The tests for C++11 compliance are now much more comprehensive. For GCC less than 4.8, the tests from R 3.3.0 are used in order to maintain the same behavior on Linux distributions with long-term support. There are more interesting content in our R Weekly website. R Weekly is on Twitter, Facebook and Patreon. Subscribe to R Weekly podcast with your podcast app. Follow us on YouTube to get the latest podcast updates. You can send us feedback on About page. Submit podcast segment with Submit page. That is all of this week's podcast. See you next week.
See you next week.